Today we're going to demonstrate how to change your filters in your New York Watermaker system. This is to be done approximately every 6 months for a tank change and every quarter for the filter changes. Every 6 months you're going to receive a new package in a box with detailed instructions of how to change your filters, return the tank, and change everything within the system as a regularly scheduled maintenance for your New York Watermaker system. Let's start. So the first thing you need to do is turn off the water incoming on your New York Watermaker system, and that's going to be on the input side of the system, which is on the left side facing. So right around here, your plumber would have done an install with a shut-off valve to be able to shut the water to the system. So that's step one. Step two is to remove this front cover. There are screws on each side. I'm only going to demonstrate one. You pull out the two screws on each side. You gently lift, pull out, lift the cover, and you can put it down and out of the way. This is the inside of the New York Watermaker system. With the water off, we're going to change them consecutively. 1, 2, 3. These are the 3 items that need to be changed. Filter 1, filter 2, and the tank. So the first thing we want to do is, after we shut the water off, we want to just gently, it should be very simple, to just turn this filter, this container off. We remove the old filter and you can just discard it in the garbage. It's important to note, when you take the new filter, there is an O-ring inside this lip. It's a rubber O-ring. This has to be seated properly in order to make sure that it doesn't leak. You're going to take a new filter out of your box, which is the same as this. We're going to put that one back and replace it. You just simply drop in the filter and screw it back in. Only hand tighten, do not over tighten it. Same thing with the second filter. Filter number 2, we pull it out. Filter number 2 is a little bit different. It actually has O-rings seated on both sides of the filter. Again, it's inside the box, right here. Filter 2 is going to be different. They'll be clearly labeled. This has a little bit of a texture to it. That's what goes in filter number 2. Make sure these O-rings, these washer donuts, are sitting. Again, the O-ring on the lip. Drop it in. Hand tighten it, and that's it. Now with a tank change, I'm going to switch over to the other side. The tank is a little bit different. There are 2 quick disconnects in the back. This is going to be a little heavier. It's going to be heavier than these, so it has a little bit of weight to it. So you got to be cautious, a little careful when you're pulling it out. So you want to just tilt it back, pull out the tank. In the back, there are 2 quick disconnects. You just push the button very simply, and it pulls right out. Number 1, push the button. Number 2. It's important to note that it's color coded. One of the 2 tubes has a blue tape around it, which is just like the blue tape that's here on the machine. The blue one goes into the blue one, and it snaps right back in, and you can hear the snap. So let's disconnect that. We take these 2 out. Now, it's very important to note that we need to return this tank. This tank is designed to go back into this custom-made box. This has to be returned or you will be charged for the tank, which we don't want to do. Before you do that, you want to unscrew the top. It takes a few turns. Just a few more than I thought. And this is the guts. Put it down. This will be filled with resin and sand. You want to empty this out. The resin inside can be emptied into any normal garbage container. You do not have to have any special handling. There's nothing caustic or toxic about it. It's all natural ingredients. Just pour it out into the garbage before you put it back into the box. Take the new tank out, and it has the head on it. So it's important, before you ship it back, put the old head back in and twist it up. Do not over tighten. Hand tighten, a little bit of a turn, and we're all set. It should be facing the front just like this. So you take our new tank, I'm going to drop it back in here. First thing we're going to do is reconnect the two hoses. The blue goes to the blue. You'll hear a snap. The second hose goes to the second piece. You'll hear a snap. Make sure they're secured tightly so there's no leaks. Gently put the tank back in. Push it back, and we're all set. And that's how you change the filters and the tank in a New York Watermaker system. So once you're done changing the filters in the tank, it's important to put the cover of your New York Watermaker back onto the system to protect everything that's inside so people don't mess around with it. So what we do is we grab our cover. Just want to show that on the inside there are 3 little lips and there's 3 slots on top of the machine. You see it drop down, so it holds it just by itself, so it can swing in and out. Push the cover back down. There's a screw here that you put in with a Phillips screwdriver. You come to the other side, you take the other screw, you put it right back in, and tighten it up. This way the cover is nice, secure, and tight on your New York Watermaker system. And then when you're done with that, then you can turn the water back on. We get a lot of phone calls because people forget to turn the water back on. Don't forget to turn the water back on to your system. And then after we do that, we'll talk about sending us a fresh water sample.